Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nelo. Thank you for clicking on this video. Thanks for all your support and your love. Please click on the subscribe button below if you've not done that, and turn on the notification bell so as to be notified each time I upload new video. Like and share my videos because it helps the channel to grow. Also leave a positive comment below if you enjoyed the video. So you'll be needing 3 yards of fabric for this dress depending on how full you want it, and the measurement I'll be using will be on the screen. Okay, so that is what you'll be needing for this. So guys, my fabric is unfold, and how I fold it, I fold with the highest measurement, which is my bust. Okay, and then the front panel has extra 5 inches added to it. Okay, this is the 2.5 inch unfold. When you open it, is going to be 5 inches. That is for the lapel, for the button stand and buttonhole, and the upper one is the back panel. Okay, remember it's shared, there is no zip, so that is the back panel. The front panel is the one that has extra 2.5 unfold. When you open it, is going to be 5 inches. Okay, because of the button stand. And then I fold with my highest measurement. As you can see, this is 2.5. Okay, and then here is my chest line, my bust point, and then the length I am working with is 17. I added 1 inch to it, making it 18 for folding allowance. Okay, all your measurements is going to start from here. All right, so this is my shoulder divided by 2, and I'm also going to mark the same thing on my chest line and connect with a straight line. Okay, and then here I'm going to mark my nipple to nipple measurements for my dart, which is 4.5 inches. My nipple to nipple is 8 inches divided by 2 is 4 plus half inch, 4.5. Then from the bust point you go up by 1 inch. Okay, for the back panel, and for the front panel you're going to come down by half an inch. This is just like a normal basic bodice. If you know how to do basic bodice, you will know how to add that to your simple dress. Okay, so I'll be marking half inch on both sides for my dart, and then I'll connect that upward. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to mark my neckline, 3.3 inches wide. Okay, and then for the back panel is I'm using half inch for the back panel. All right, like so. And from the front, for the front panel I'm using 3 inches depth. Okay, and I am going to connect them together. Okay, this is for the front. Okay, and the back is just half inch. I'm just going to curve it like so. Okay, and then I'm going to take my measurements, my bust divided by 4 plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. Okay, plus 2 inches for sewing allowance. And then on my waistline I'll be marking my waist divided by 2 plus 3 inches, 1 inch for that and 2 inches for sewing allowance. Okay, 1 inch for that and then 2 inches for sewing allowance. Okay, my waist circumference divided by 4. Okay, so when you are folding your fabric, remember to add extra 3 inches to it. Okay, for your sewing allowance and your dart. All right, so I'm going to curve the armhole this way. connecting both the back and front the same thing. I don't want to do different back and different front, so I'm just doing everything together. Okay, so I'm curving it a little bit. I'm going to be coming out with something with like 1/2 inch, like so. Okay, it's for the back and front. All right, then I'm going to slant my shoulder by 1/2 inch. I actually marked 1 inch. I'm going to go back and mark 1/2 inch. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is to cut it out. So this is the back neck. I'm cutting it 1/2 inch, and I'm cutting the shoulder slant. Guys, you can use 1 inch for your shoulder slant. You just add it to your length. Okay, just add it to the length of the upper bodice. If you want to use 1 inch, you can just use 1 inch. It's still fine, and then add it to your upper bodice. Okay, so I was actually marking on the back panel, so I'm going to recurve the front panel, so I will be able to cut. Okay, so I'm recurving it because I was actually marking on the back panel, so I'm going to cut that out now. All right, so what I'm going to do now is to open up the lapel. All right, so I'm going to notch that point, the 2.5 inch. I'm going to notch there, and also the upper part too, like so. All right, so I'm also going to notch the dart, holding the back and the front together, and then I'll notch the dart. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside, and for the down part, the length I'm working with is 42. 42 minus 17 is 25. That will be left. So first of all, I'm going to cut the sleeve. Then after cutting the sleeve, I'll show you the down part. Okay, so the sleeve is unfold. I folded it into 4. For the 2 sleeve, I'm cutting the 2 sleeves together. Okay, this is 1 and this is 2. Okay, I fold 2 times. All right, so it is 4 in there if you are counting it. So here, half of my armhole plus 2 inches. Okay, my armhole, I'm using 17 divided by 2 is 8.5 plus 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to draw a line there. Okay, and then the sleeve cap I'm working with is 5 inch. Sorry guys, I have a detailed tutorial on sleeve. Okay, in case if you're not understanding, you can go check that out. Okay, and then I'm just going to curve it like so. You can check my sleeve tutorial. Okay, it's detailed there, how to cut or curve your sleeve slash, and also how to fold the sleeve too. Okay, so now I'm marking the length of my sleeve. I'm making use of 10 inch for the length, and then plus 1/2 inch for joining of the sleeve to the upper part, plus 1 inch for folding. So I'm marking 11.5. Okay, 1/2 inch for joining the sleeve to the bodice, and 1 inch for folding of the sleeve. Okay, so I'm going to cut it out. All right, then the next, I'm going to mark my elbow circumference divided by 2. Okay, I'm using my tape to divide that now. I'm dividing my elbow circumference by 2. Okay, so I'm going to mark that here. That is my elbow circumference divided by 2, and then I added 1 inch for sewing allowance. Okay, so I'm marking that here, and then I'm going to connect like so. right, and I'm going to cut that out too. So please, if you don't understand the sleeve, go check the sleeve tutorial. Please hit the like button. Please help the channel to grow by liking this video, share with your friends and family, okay? And also subscribe if you've not subscribed to this channel. All right, so the down part is 25 inches long because I'm working with 42 inches for my length. So this down part is 25 inches. 42 minus 17 is 25, then plus 2 inches, 1.5 for folding, and as you can see, so 1.5 for folding and half inch for joining. Okay, so for the length of the sleeve, or the wideness, sorry, not the sleeve, the wideness, I'm going to explain that later. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is to sew my darts. Okay, my back darts. This is the back panel, so I'll sew the 2 darts, and for the front I'm going to fold here. First of all, you fold ½ inch and then 1 inch. Okay, make sure your folding ends at the notch part where you notched. Okay, so ½ inch and then 1 inch, like so. Okay, and then you sew on it. All right, that is where your button stand and the buttonhole is going to be. Okay, so I'm going to sew, and I'll do the same on the other side too. All right, you fold in on the wrong side. As you can see, I'm folding on the wrong side. Okay, then I'll sew this dart, then I will come back and show you what I have got. Remember the front panel dart. Okay, for the back panel, I'll be going up by 1 inch like so, and then I'll curve it so that it will lie flat on my back. As you can see, the video I showed you earlier of the dress is lying flat, it's not puffy. Okay, you do the same thing if you're also adding zip to your dress. Okay, so the front dart is, you come down ½ inch from your bust line. Okay, while the back dart, you go up 4 inch from your dart line, from your bust line you go up by 1 inch. Okay, for the back. So guys, I am done sewing the darts. This is the back panel, I've sewed the darts, and this is the front. I've also sew here and also the darts. Okay, the lapel and the darts. Okay, and I've also joined the shoulder. Okay, I use pin to hold this lapel together, and then I joined the shoulder, and I'm going to shape my upper bodice too. Okay, you use pin to secure it, the lapel. Use pin to secure it, and then you shape the bodice. Okay, so I'm going to shape the bodice, mark out my bust and then my waist. All right, that's just the 2 measurements I need for shaping, the bust and the waist, and then you curve and then sew. So for this down part, I have hemmed the down part of the dress, the down part, and also sew the button stand. I added the same 5 inches I used for the up. This is 2.5 inch for this side and 2.5 inch for the other side. Okay, so this is the button stand. All right, and then to know how wide your fabric is going to be is you times your kissing pleat plus your waist circumference plus 5 inches for the button stand. Okay, so I'll be using 6 kissing pleats, 2 for the front dart, this front dart, and 2 for the back dart, and 1 on the side seam and 1 on the other side seam. That's 6. Okay, so and it's 8 divided by 6 is 48, plus 38 inches for my waist circumference is 86, plus 5 inches for the lapel, making it 91. So the length of the dress, of the fabric I cut, is 91 inches for the kissing pleat. You can make use of 6 inches for your kissing pleat. You can make use of 4 inches for your kissing pleat, but I want the dress to be full, so I use 8 inches for my kissing pleat. So for the collar, you measure around your neck after joining the shoulder. Then you cut your collar. This is my collar. I've sewn here and here and here also. Okay, so guys, please, I have a detailed tutorial on how to cut a shirt, a pattern tutorial on how to cut a shirt and the collar. Okay, I made a detailed video on that. Please go check that out. Just to save time, I already cut the collar and I'm just going to show you how to sew it. Okay, so I gummed a collar stay on one part. Okay, so I'm going to turn that after sewing it. I'm going to flip it up. Please go check my shirt tutorial. I'm going to leave the link on the description box also. You'll see how to cut your collar and your collar stand. Okay, that one is a pattern tutorial, so I just did this directly on the fabric. Okay, and to save time, that's why I did not show you how to cut it here, because I already have a video on that. All right, so I'm going to top stitch here too, like so. All right, and then I am going to notch the center part. Okay, I'm going to notch the center part of this collar, the mid part of the collar. I'm going to notch it. So what I'm doing now, I'm notching the mid part. As you can see, I've notched the midpoint, and I'm also going to notch the midpoint of the collar stand too. Okay, and the second one, I'm also going to notch the midpoint. Okay, so I gummed I gummed hairstay on one of the collar stand and I did not gum on one. Okay, it's two collar stand. I gummed on one, I did not gum on the other one. All right, so this is how I'm going to place the collar, like so, and this other one is going to be under its right side, facing the right side of the collar, like this. Okay, then I'll stitch like so. All right, I'm going to stitch it round. Okay, so let me show you. This is the sleeve. I've also hemmed the down part of the sleeve, and let me show you how to do your kissing pleat. Okay, so I have shaped the dress already, so I'm just going to use pin to secure this edge together, the button stands together. Make sure they align with each other. Okay, okay, and then I'll start doing my kissing pleat. First of all, on the front dart here. Okay, I'll be making my kissing pleat on all the darts and the side seam, the two side seams. So I'm going to fold like so, like this. Okay, as you can see, it's folded into two, which means it's 4. Okay, like this. It's already 4 on this side because it's on fold, so it's already 4. So when I use my tape to measure, if it's more than 2, I'll have to shift it. As you can see, it's now 2. Okay, it's now 2 inches. Then when you open it up, it's going to be 4. I don't know if you understand. So here is 2 inch. I'm going to fold the second one because it's a kissing pleat. If you're making use of 4 inches, which means when you fold, you are going to measure 1 inch because it's going to be on fold. 2 inches is going to be on fold, 2 inch on this side and 2 inch on this other side. Okay, but I'm making use of 8 inches, so I'm measuring 4 inches. As you can see, this one is also 2 inch. Okay, so when you measure the both, you see that it's 4 inches. All right. All right, so I'm going to use pin to secure there. So I'm going to do the next one on the side seam. Okay, so that you see again here, this is the side seam. I'm going to kiss pleat there too so that you see, and then I'll do the rest off camera. So I'm folding again like so. Like this. Make sure it's touching the side seam. Okay, so this is one, this is also 2 inch, and I'm going to fold another 2 inch. Okay, like this. Okay, okay, So I'm going to fold this again, and then I'll measure it to be sure is 4 inches. This is 2 inches too, so I'm going to use pin to secure it, and then I'll do the rest off camera. Okay, so this is how you're going to pleat all. You pleat on the 2 side seam, the 4 darts, the back 2 darts part, 2 darts and 2 front darts and 2 back darts. Okay, as you can see, I'm done pleating on all this thing. The pleat I have is 6, 4 darts and 2 side seam. Okay, so as you can see, there are 4 inches, 4 inch here, 4 inch, and also 4 inch. Okay, because it's 8, 4 inch, as you can see, they are all 4 inches. Okay, but if you are using 4 inch for your pleat, that means you'll be having 2 inches after pleating. Okay, so I'm going to stitch there. I'm going to sew it, take it to my sewing machine and sew. I hope you guys understand what I am doing. Please, if you don't understand, leave a comment below and then I'll explain better to you. Okay, but I pray you understand what I'm doing. So I am done stitching them together and I've removed my pins. So, and this is what we have after sewing. Okay, this is what we have after sewing. All right, okay, this is what we have. As you can see, the casing pleat is already out. All right, so you may be wondering how many yards of fabric I used for this. I used 3 yards of fabric and I finished the 3 yards. Okay, I used 3 yards of fabric for this. So now I have stitched my collar as I showed you. Okay, so I'm going to open it up now, like so. So this is the collar and the collar stand. Okay, so if you have light, you can iron this out, but right now there's no light. So I'm just going to notch the midpoint of my dress. So after notching the midpoint, I'm just going to align it with this from the right side. Okay, on the right side you align the part that you gum, the part of the collar stand that you gum, then you're going to pin them round. Okay, on the right side of the dress you align the collar stand, the parts that you gum, and then you're going to stitch it round the neck. Okay, so I'm pinning them down. Okay, so I measured the neck of my dress after joining the shoulder to be able to cut the accurate collar stand for my dress. Okay, so you measure the neckline. So I'm done stitching them, I'm done sewing. So what you're going to do now is, if it's longer than your dress, because I added like extra half an inch for sewing, extra 1 inch for sewing, so definitely it's going to be a little bit longer. So what you're going to do is to fold it this way and then stitch from exactly where your dress ends. You stitch like so from here. As you can see, it's a little bit longer than the dress. So I can't find my color chalk. I decided to use the white even though it's not showing, but I'm going to do that on the other side so that you will see. Okay, as you can see, it's a little bit longer than the dress. So so I'm going to curve it like so. You sew it like this to curve it back so that it will be on the same line with your button stand. Okay, you do the same on the other side, and after that you're going to fold it inward like this. Like this, you fold like so, you fold like this. Okay, fold like this, and then you stitch on it, not top stitch, sorry, you stitch on it. Okay, now same thing is top stitch because you're stitching on it. Okay, and This is what I added. This lace trim, I added it on the down part of the dress. I don't know. I had that for a long time, so I don't know what to do with it. I decided to just add it to the dress. So if you don't have yours, it's not by force you put it though. It's not on the style that I saw to make this dress. I just decided to fix it because I had that for a long time. So that is all. So the next is to fix the sleeve, and then I'll just iron it if there is light. If there is no light, I'll just wear it for you guys to see the final look. Okay. Next is to add your buttonhole. Guys, I don't know how to do buttonhole, so I normally take it out for buttonhole. So this is the final look of the dress. I use 3.5 inches for the gapping of the buttonhole. You could use 4 or 3.5. Guys, forget about this belt though. This is a waist belt, not a tummy belt. I just wanted to use it to show you guys how it will look when you add a nice belt. Thank you for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, like and share. Leave a positive comment. Until I see you next time. Bye.